The Crimson Hollow Hotel. The Crimson Hollow Hotel had stood for over a century, its grand halls once filled with laughter and luxury. Now it was a forgotten relic, towering over the edge of a desolate town, its windows black and empty. Those who dared enter never stayed long, whispering of strange occurrences, of doors locking on their own, of shadows moving in the halls, of whispers in the dead of night. Eager to unravel the mystery, journalist Daniel Pierce checked in one late autumn evening. He had heard the stories, maids vanishing, guests found babbling incoherently, some never leaving at all. The hotel manager, a pale and anxious man named Mr. Whitaker, handed him an old-fashioned key. "Room 306, Whitaker murmured, barely meeting Daniel's eyes. "Stay inside after midnight, no matter what you hear." Daniel smirked, dismissing it as superstition, and made his way up the winding staircase. The air grew colder as he reached the third floor. The hall was dimly lit, lined with faded wallpaper peeling at the edges. The carpet was worn, muffling his footsteps as he reached his room. The room was surprisingly well kept. A large four-poster bed, a mahogany dresser, and an antique mirror facing the door. A faint smell of roses lingered in the air. He set up his recording equipment, ready to document any supernatural occurrences. The night dragged on. At first, nothing happened, but at exactly midnight, the whispers began. Low, unintelligible murmurs seeped through the walls. A woman crying. Footsteps echoing down the empty hall. Daniel's breath hitched as he grabbed his recorder. "If someone is here, can you speak to me?" he asked, his voice steady despite his racing heart. A pause. Then, a soft knock at the door. His fingers tightened around the recorder. "Who's there?" Silence. Then, from the antique mirror, a reflection that wasn't his own. A woman in a tattered red gown stood behind him, her dark eyes hollow, her mouth stretching into an unnatural grin. Daniel spun around, but the room was empty. He turned, back to the mirror. The woman was closer. His breath came in short gasps as the lights flickered. The whispers turned to laughter, mocking, cruel. The temperature plummeted. Then, the closet door creaked open on its own. Shaking, Daniel took a step forward. Inside, the scent of roses was overwhelming, but beneath it was something rancid. A single object lay on the closet floor, a blood-stained hotel ledger. He picked it up, flipping through brittle pages filled with names, all marked with the same word, missing. The final name on the list, Daniel Pierce. A scream rang through the room. The lights went out. The next morning, Mr. Whitaker stood at the front desk, polishing the antique bell with shaking hands. Room 306 was empty. Daniel Pierce had vanished, like all the others before him, and the hotel waited patiently for its next guest.